right here, but I don't want to be on the camera. That's all.
So the thing is, brother, I came to you saying that we're solution seeking.
Yeah.
Yeah? And you start talking about tribalism, and then you start talking about decadence and this kind of stuff, right? Why come we're talking is about a lifestyle, right? A lifestyle of black people who are dedicated to helping black people and black issues. Yeah?
Excuse me, but don't run away with the point this man was telling you. Our black women don't respect our black men. Our black men don't respect our black women. The kids don't respect the elders. This is very, very, very important.
So yeah, this all
very
so
important.
everything's holistic, right? It's like a domino effect, isn't it? And the starting point, yeah, is to actually value your people group. Value the place you find yourself, right? As in, it's a strategy, innit? For the people who identify as black to work on black issues. And that's why we started this conversation before you come about being very careful, because I think you were saying like a lot of black people look out to blame and stuff, right? And even though there's many blame to go outside, the lifestyle I'm talking about is a lifestyle of accountability. Meaning it's up to us to fix our issues, and that's why we're talking about motivating the youth to marry black women and this kind of stuff, right? And be constructive and positive, yeah? Everything we talk about should only be dedicated to fixing black issues, yeah? If we find ourselves not doing that, then we've been conditioned to not do it. Yeah?
Okay, but I find you mentioned a solution, motivating the youth to marry black women, for example.
Well, that's a domino effect. Okay, but before you get there, they have to be constructive. Before they get there, they must be constructive.
If I may interrupt you. Black people, this is American statistic, I don't know if it applies.
Say that you black so the camera can hear you black also.
I'm black, by the way. Yeah? So I just don't like being, I'm black, by the way, I just don't like being on camera. Black people, in general, have the highest divorce rates. And from those divorce rates...
I will oppose that. No, I don't think so.
No, in America we do.
I don't think so. This is the world we're talking about. In America. America is very small.
When I talk about black people, I'm talking about Western...
But hold on. Why are you saying this?
Yes.
Why are you saying this?
So why are you saying this? Now you're saying encourage black boys to marry black women, which are cool.
Oh, no. Yeah? There was a change.
Yeah.
You make your children constructive. You give them values. You make them value their people group. You make them value their lineage and their history, right? Yeah. And also they're part of a community that's going to strive together for betterment. It's a lifestyle, yeah?
It is.
It's like, there was a guy who came here, right? And he was telling me that when he used to grow up, he used to stab a lot of black guys. He was a black guy who stabbed a lot of black guys. And he said he started watching documentaries about the history of his people, about some of the things that had happened to them, and then it actually put him with a sense of pride. And he told me that he found it hard to be angry at black people after seeing them, and he felt ashamed that he was actually doing this kind of stuff. This is not something that that happens once off. Yeah. It happens a lot, because the self-hatred that's in so many black people is just widespread. We don't even know it, to the point where even when I'm trying to be solution-based, black people will be anti-solution based. They'll try to remain in the mud.
For example, my remarks is anti-solution.
I do.
Okay.
I do. But I'm not saying what you're doing is very normal, and I'm saying it's not. But it was actually added something else, and it was what I was talking to the brother here, that non-black people, when they see black people get organised, inside their minds, in the back of their mind, they're triggered to try to eliminate, right, without knowing, or maybe even knowing, right? And it was demonstrated here just a few minutes ago, luckily not on the camera, right? Where it's like we all come from the same place, we're all one, we're all family. And I go, in your country, how do they view black people? And then it's like, oh, well, and then it's but we all know that collectively, no one likes black people. We all know this. But when we come here, it's a wishy-washy talk. So part of the code is to know that and to have value in your people group and work together to find solutions.
Okay.
What's the best solution than that one?
Okay, before we go back to this, can you go ahead and tell us about, in the black race we have the most divorce?
Yeah.
Yes. So you were saying something like this. We want to hear that.
So speak off for myself and camera for everyone else. We were talking about specifically. I made a mention of certain issues that we had in the black community. Instead of pointing outwards, we need to look more inward and solve our own issues. And I mentioned stuff like divorce, respect, black women not respecting black men, certain things about crime and killings and respect for the elders, and all these things are being eroded from the black household and the black community. And then we're looking at other communities and saying they are the oppressors. No problem, that is true to a certain point. But I think there needs to be more inward sort of
So,
look as to what our issues are. And if I may just hear, when I'm saying this, okay, you said that we should be constructive and all of these things, cool. But I think one point of being constructive is acknowledging the deep issues that we have, being straight about it, and then looking for solutions. If we're always pointing outwards, if we always say, first of all,
You see, you keep on going on and you're not coming to the point.
Sorry.
You're twisting and turning. I personally see it like this. I blame the white man, or I blame the non-black that have put us in this situation for where we are today, but I blame us as a collective unit for not uplifting ourselves.
100%.
You understand?
I'm on the second part of what
This is very important. Where we are today, we believe that's where we're supposed to be. Then we have opportunity to change it round, and then we don't. We're supposed to change it. We have a chance to change it. So, and just like you said, we keep on blaming people. We blame the white man, and we blame the Indian man. But we have the knowledge now to change things around, and we're not doing it.
So
This is the problem.
The question I'd ask you is, all of these things, what are the practical steps that you would suggest for improvement or better? And I know we not in a sort of macro way, but micro, what do you suggest people do? One thing that I would personally suggest, and this is something that, and I know you said, I'm just blaming it, so I'm coming up with a suggestion now. One thing I would personally suggest is, for example, not everyone's academic, I'd say. So one thing that I think, for example, certain white boys and Essex boys and everything that have an advantage is that they're encouraged to go into trades and buildings and brickwork and everything.
Yeah.
Whereas the black person is always encouraged to go to university, and not everyone is made for university. They
Very
make
good.
a ton of money in this, and we don't. So I think we're not encouraged to go into trades, carpentry, these type of fields where
Building,
there's actual money,
construction.
construction, and we've been disencouraged from going into these things. So I think, for example, one solution that I would think of is encouraging certain parts of the youth to go into these things and funding programs like this. Right. So I know you said I'm just blaming, but no, I do have solutions. But I think
I'm letting you speak, brother. I'm letting you speak. I'm hoping you're picking up what the brother's saying. He's saying some nice points. No, what I'm saying is, brother, let me unpack it, right?
Yeah.
So I come here preaching a lifestyle known as Black Betterment, right? Black Betterment, this answers all your questions, right? It's black people helping black people on black issues for betterment, yeah? That's what it is, yeah? Now, if we break it down to like certain value system stuff, we value black love and black economics, yeah? When you were talking about work and trade, that's black economics. So there's a value in learning the craft, yeah? Starting a business, helping other black people have like a network going, right? Black love, marry a constructive black woman, have a family, your wife inherits your business, second generation wealth, you trade, it's all interconnected, right? But being constructive, yeah, dedication, discipline, discernment, these kinds of stuff are important, yeah? And hopefully I come here to demonstrate that, right? And I come here to constantly, every time you see me, 99% of the time,
no negative thing.
no, but I'm talking to black people about being constructive, and then when the confusion comes, I try to train us collectively how not to fall for confusion, yeah? And I demonstrate that there is, like I said, it's meant to be just black people, but you get non-black people who come in and take it somewhere else, and I demonstrate, right? So it should
Are you saying that because they engage with the conversation?
It's not engaging.
Yeah.
It's how, not all of course, but the ones who do, who try to take it elsewhere. So if I'm telling you there's a value in black economics and black love, and they're saying, yeah, don't do that, you know, do this, come over here, then they're ruining, spoiling a concept that works for other people groups, isn't it? Like, we do know that trade, black love with their community, train their community, love for their community is a solution for their issues, yeah? But yet, we start the conversation by saying we recognize black people are just completely, in a very terrible place collectively. So let's do the same practice that other people groups do. And when we do that, then you start going, who is black? You notice that? Is this person black? And then they'll go, I'm black. So a person then who has never identified as black, then goes, I am black. How does that make sense? When you see Asians or Jewish people, whoever, coming together to talk, do you go, oh, by the way, I'm Jewish? It makes no sense. But we're so subservient that we don't even know that. So this is normal behavior. And that's because it's a culture of mistreatment towards black people. It's an actual culture. And it's happened for many, many years. So I'm trying to make black people see that culture, have a code to react to it, and go back to practice.
I understand what you're saying. We talk about all kind of stuff.
Right.
What's the solution?
I just told you, brother.
You haven't told me nothing.
I'll say it one more time, right?
No, you haven't.
I'll say it one more time.
What's the solution for tomorrow, Monday?
How's it for today?
No, okay. What's the solution for today, where we are today now?
Right? Okay.
The solution. Because the brother came to a good point.
Here it is.
Earlier on, he came to a very good
I'll
point.
explain.
The solution for today in the park.
Today, it's actually been codified. And what I mean by that is practicing a lifestyle where you are dedicated to black Betterment. Yeah?
What's the lifestyle?
So the lifestyle is anytime you can do anything constructively positive for a black person, you do. You always have a black first mentality, right? If you're trying to start a business, you look for black people to help, you try to train black people, you go out of your way to be dedicated to helping black people progress.
And that's it.
That really is it. But in the way you're doing this, you must always become constructive. Because if you're not constructive, then you will poison the water.
My brother,
I'm just letting you know.
I'm telling you what this man just...
You see when I mentioned,
Go
for
ahead.
example, the getting people into certain traits.
Yes.
Yeah. Getting people, black economics, that's a very broad term. Narrow it down to something specific, right?
Okay, so
for example, cultural issues. All the other issues that we mentioned. Now, what do we do to solve these issues as black people? What would you suggest? Now, personally, as a Muslim, I have my own suggestions and my own thoughts about life and philosophy and the way the world should work. But what would you suggest is the way to help black people?
I'm going to say it again. A lifestyle, where you are dedicated to working with black people on black issues. Now, in every single interaction, every single whatever you name it, right? Every single one, whenever it's constructively possible, right? You'll work with black people. So when you say economics, for example, I run a network, right? In the network, we have trade. So people, they're looking to trade with people, they're trying to network within it, right? I also train people, right? People are interested in maybe programming, designing, whatever it is. I'm one person. You could do the same, probably the same thing, do the same, right? The reason I do it is because my lifestyle is black Betterment, as in I'm looking to improve black people wherever I go. The reason why this is so hard is because we haven't accepted it. If you look at veganism, vegans, they have a lifestyle of veganism. So everywhere they go, they want to protect animals, right? They create infrastructure and industries around that concept, and they never sway from it, and they know what it is. If an animal is hurt, they can't co-sign it. Black Betterment is we're trying to help black people first.
I'm going to say something to you. I believe we, as black people that's not in position, it is very hard for us to help our black brothers and sisters. So we need to look on the black brothers and sisters that's up there in society that need to turn things around and try and change it and make things get better.
I disagree.
You disagree?
100%.
Very, very, very important. Because when you look like the brother says, we need to find out the black youths. When you go on YouTube or you go on whatever, the kind of music, the kind of this, and this is people that's already up there. They need to change this for the youth that's coming behind to see, I'm not into that, I'm into this. And change things around, and that's how things gonna change. But for you to be just there and saying that, you know, we need to work together, we need to do this, it's gonna take a long time.
Right.
It's gonna be overboard.
Okay. So
we ain't gonna have no chance, my friend.
Every movement starts from the grassroots. You start from the bottom. You never start from the top. The problem with...
I've been hearing you talking about this over 10 years ago, this thing you're talking about. About work with each other and work all of these and work all of that.
The thing is, brother...
I've been hearing you talking about this.
I do outreach programs, so where you find me today, everything I've been doing today, I've been doing for 10 years, and there is a different hierarchy of us doing stuff. But we always come out to do outreach programs to those who are not synchronized with what we're doing. So we do it, and people always
go, bring me in, tell me what you lot been doing and where. Okay. Let me come and join.
Okay, we'll do it, Of course, definitely, right? Now, what I'm saying is, how we do it is by being constructive and dedicated to black betterment, right? As in, you have to be dedicated. That's why I give you examples of lifestyles where people are dedicated, i.e. vegans. Vegans won't sit around and go, you know what? There's too much death, there's too much animals. They don't do that. They go, we want to stop it, here's how we're going to do it. Now, if you go 10 years ago, 20 years ago, there was no vegan option on the menu. But because of the dedication between the small group, they influence others, and now you have vegan options. That's how it works. It starts from the grassroots. So expecting someone who's up there to do something won't happen. Not only that, right? There's a chance that if a non-black person is funding something, it's of no good anyway, generally, right? Because a non-black person is never going to be directly affected by the things we need. If anything, they're going to have a particular bias to test a certain way. So that's why grassroots is important.
Yeah?
Go ahead, man.
What is your solution for black on black crime?
Yes, what's the solution?
So for black and black
I'm
crime,
talking about tonight, today.
right. Once again, yeah, it's a lifestyle that we promote of black betterment, yeah? The lifestyle, yeah, of black people helping black people. We turn it into an actual lifestyle. Killing people, the way you're describing it, is a lifestyle. Yeah. I do a lot of work, reform work with rappers and trap rappers, right? And it became a certain point where a person would want to kill someone to rap about it. Yeah? There was a disconnect there. It's almost like this now rapping about killing someone, yeah, is now the prize. It's now what I want to do. We could change that with rapping about black love, black economics, black people mistreated and excluded for it. If we culturally change that and we put pride in that concept, then people will fight to do that. I know this is a fact. It's something I know is a fact, right? And that's the idea. If people who've been Pan-Africanized or brought up in pro-black circles, right, they find it very challenging to mistreat black people. But people who've been born up in this kind of way of saying, it's easy to harm black people. You'll tend to find that those people who will harm black people 97% of the time and 3% maybe other people. They stay dedicated to harming black people, right? This is natural to them. Yeah?
You only harm people with your own convenience.
No, but what I'm saying is, you see today, I'm talking about solutions, and we are still trying to go, but. I'm saying,
I'm not getting blah.
No, I'm not saying. I'm giving you an example that will happen with the mindset we're in, because we're defeated. We don't know we're defeated because the defeat happens in the back of our mind. That's why when I talk, you see, when I talk about very inspirational things, we're in the but mode. What should be happening? Hold on, friend. Yeah. What should be saying? You know what, brother? That makes sense, you know. From this day forth, I'm dedicated to black betterment. I'm going to spend my time helping black people whenever it's constructive possible, and that's all I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to look to help other brothers, and the little I have, I'm going to make sure I try to spread it amongst a collective group and strive for betterment.
Personally, well, I'll try to implement with younger people, and especially members of my family, is certain music, certain things is not allowed.
Yes.
So, for example, and I think it starts from the house. If you see your little brother listen to a type of thing, you understand? Certain things need to be banned. We need to have limits of behaviour. So, I know I'm just chatting. I'm not saying what you're. I'm fully respect what you do. You understand?
What do I do?
No, outreach programs and this and.
I practice a lifestyle of black betterment. That's what I do. Meaning, no matter where you find me, you see here, people will come and they're going to change their topic. They're going to have jokes and stuff. Since you've seen me, what I talk about is black betterment. If you were to contact me and you need something, I'll do it for you. I'll introduce you to someone else. I've demonstrated, innit? Yeah. Because of my lifestyle. Now, if you want to know how I achieve it, it's because I practice that lifestyle. If you want to do what I do and get to where I am, practice a lifestyle.
But we have, what this man talking about, we have problem all over England. Let's say London, let's don't go the whole of England. We've got problem everywhere. We need, or you, because it seems like you know a lot, or you get people together. We need to get together and we need to go around and spread the news and talk like you see them people demonstrate in the city and stuff. Just like this man saying, we need to say the kind of music those black rappers are singing, we need to stop it. We need to say to the black sisters, stick to the black man stick to the black sisters. We need to go around. We can't just sit down and just say, oh, we need to have a collection of these. We need to go around and spread the news. We need to be,
we call it campaigning.
We need to do that.
Wait.
We call it campaigning.
There's positive stuff, right? Do you ever do any sort of, when I say negative stuff, I'm saying, I think positive and negative work together. So you need to promote good things. So you so heavily emphasize emphasize things that are negative towards the community. So, for example, do you say so-and-so musician is A, B, C, D, E, and F, and they need to F, G, H, I, J, K, and we need to stop and ban them.
Good. Have you ever done that?
So, what I'm saying is, it's all good and well promoting the positive, but we need to desensitize the negative.
Have you ever done that?
See mad gal on Instagram talking about living your best life. Bun her.
Good.
You see mad that? You see mad that's promoting sticking this and
So
doing this
ask
and doing
him,
that?
has he done that?
Promote her.
I want you to ask him that.
Are we
Ask,
actually
no.
doing that? Yeah.
I want you to ask him, has he done this?
I don't. Okay.
Ask him the question.
All right.
Have you done that? And are you going to be doing this?
So what we do, is we have a template, of constructive behaviour, right?
Which we?
So, black people, black bearers, people who practice black bearing. And what it is, we create it's like a template of what we want. So I was telling the brothers earlier, rather than telling people what not to do, show them of what we expect, right? But it's a campaign. So for example, when like Coca-Cola, right? A lot of people drink Coca-Cola, and a lot of people wear Nike, but this is because of campaigning. There's certain campaigns they do, to make that make more sense,
You know what it is.
This will happen every 5 minutes, so it is what it is, right?
Yeah, he's gonna
This
stop.
speaker's cool. But what I'm saying is this, it's a campaign, it's marketing, but also it's also mindsets, right? Some people will never understand. Unfortunately, the masses will be dictated to by the smaller group. At this point, in this junction here, we're establishing who is that smaller group. By the way you react to the things I say, we'll wonder if you are actually part of that group.
You think I am?
I don't know. It's not for me to say because it's almost like, for example, if you someone like Malcolm X, right? Malcolm X was a criminal, right? And when he came across a certain message, it made sense for him to be dedicated to fixing black issues. Yeah, he was a good criminal and a good helper.
Strong part of Malcolm X, that after he reformed from being a criminal and after he reformed from other things, he was speaking to other criminals incredibly harshly about their actions and telling them to revert to a sort of more pious life.
Yeah.
And I think what's missing is we've got the positivity, but we don't have the harshness that needs to be done.
Well,
If I'm making sense.
so we agree with you as in like we're strongly against it.
Good to see you. How you been?
Malcolm X did say that we don't condemn the criminal to go to local.
And that, yeah.
And that's how he is. He understood that he was a certain way because of his upbringing, right? And we have to understand many of the brothers and sisters that we put in Australia. Also, we're talking about media stuff, right? So if you own a media company, right, and you're practicing black Betterment, you only, for example, right? Easy, bro. Nice to see you, brother. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
I did.
I'm good. You good?
Our
Good?
family, we're good.
Yeah, your family good?
I'm good, man.
Go on, sir. Take it easy, family, yeah. So, for example, you mentioned, say, music, right? So, what we know about music is recently and in the past, certain black people make certain so-called negative comments towards non-black people, and then they get shut down, right? That's because those non-black people control the media of those things. It's that same concept of own your own media, isn't it? You shut things down, innit? You own the media, you promote certain things. If things don't work in your best interest, you shut it down. So that works in correlation with what you're saying. No? But notice that no matter what you say, I'm constructive, I'm on it, and I'm dedicated, right? That's how it has to be.
Hey, listen,
I'm letting you know how
I'm
it is.
excusing, I'm going. My brother, I wish you all the best. But like this brother says, you need to go on the TV, go into the media and say those rappers that singing and saying this and that
But you're not
about
free from the
women.
solution, are you, bro?
Pardon?
You're not free from the solution.
What do you mean I'm not free from the solution?
When you say that you need to do that, you're part of the community as well, isn't it?
I'm doing that. I'm in St. Lucia doing that. Don't forget, I don't live here anymore.
Right.
I'm only passing through.
Passing through.
I'm leaving next 3 weeks.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is,
I got my wife with me. We live in St. Lucia.
so my thing is, this is a message to the great black people, right? Generally, it isn't about when someone comes forward and they want to fix a solution, hailing them as the leader is never the best idea. It's the code, isn't it? It's how we all operate together. Non-black people defeat black people because they're good at being on code. They're very good. They're superior to us at being on code. We're inferior at being on code. We're not on code. We're off code, right?
You see,
So,
I understand you speak a lot. You
Yes.
chat a lot of, the non-blacks and this and that and whatsoever. This guy is on point. What is the solution? We need to go around and we need to deal with the case. If we just stay and say, okay, we've got to, nothing taking place. You need to go on TV, find a TV program. And you need to find a TV program, find people to follow you, and you need to dish out the
We
message.
won't find TV programs because you have to build your own media outlets.
Well, you need to do that because I've known you for a
We
long
need to
time
do-
talking about this. No, I am doing my share in St. Lucia.
Right.
I'm on camera. I'm doing my share in St. Lucia.
Right. But what I'm saying
you
is,
need to
I'm,
do
I'm
that.
using
It's
this conversation to
important.
educate the black people. Is we don't go and say do this. We all collectively get on code and work towards black betterment. That really is the solution. You see, if the sister says she's starting some initiative to help black women become whatever, I'll go, what's your number, sis? Let me take that. Let me do this. Let me promote your my thing. Content's a black-owned business. I'm going to get people to do this stuff. We're going to introduce them on my thing, introduce our thing.
But one thing I'm going to say on camera, maybe you're going to cut this one out. I will not give money to no black person unless it is in a meeting, there's a board and everything. I will not donate no money. No money at all.
That comment made sense because of collective where we're at. And what I'm saying,
It makes sense?
No, to you, as in.
No, but it makes sense.
No, to you.
What?
But
So it doesn't make sense to you?
what I'm saying.
You see that?
No, what I'm
you see
saying
where I'm
is-
going, bro?
what
It's
I'm
like
saying is-
everybody want a cut.
Remember I said that
we need to sit down at the table. No. We need to sit at the table and put things properly.
I agree. But what I'm saying
Good.
is, we don't need to go to extremes. I'm saying
No,
that
I'm
any
not going
person-
to extremes.
a-
You
anyone
don't like
who's
that
do-
one.
anything who's doing anything, we support him. Yeah.
You don't
Brother, if,
like that
if
one.
you're starting a business or you're looking for a painter or you're looking to teach your kid how to do something, we should be able to put you to a certain place.
And don't
to be able
forget
to do
on
that.
camera also, all my kids should and must marry a black man and a black woman. So my daughters supposed to marry black men, constructive black men, and my son supposed to marry black women, constructive black women.
This is good. That's
Very important.
That's a very important thing, right? And the reason is because that's how families are made, and that's how you second generation your wealth, right?
Constructive.
Put a value on black family, yeah, a constructive black family, and that's good. So the brother got 10 points for that, 20 points for that. Still.
Yeah, all right, all right, cheers. I'm moving out, rude boy. Salam, salam alaikum. Yeah, my brother, rude boy.
I'm gonna
You're gonna fight? All right, bro. Thanks for answering
Yeah?
questions.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Fully support everything you man.
Anytime you see us, come along,
100%,
yeah.
yeah.
And I want to know week to week how you're being constructive and helping black people
I'll
collectively.
tell you what I do. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Personally, I work in construction. So anytime I see people, especially young people, saying they need to work or they need to do this or they need to do this, I'm always giving out details about how to get into the industry. That's what I know, so that's what I do. So any sort of information
Target
that I've
young
gained,
black
that's what I
boys
do.
or girls, whatever it is.
Yeah.
See, if you don't target black people, they'll be ignored, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Every other incentive in the world, people target, yeah. And the problem with black people is a wishy-washy thinking structure. You have to target people to do certain things. Yeah.
No, honestly,
Makes sense.
it's-
Brother, get home safe, yeah.
No,
Love your
I'm
family.
about
All right. There you go. All right. I guess that was our corner part 2. Listen.
But I don't I don't understand why the lifestyle doesn't why that's not enough of an answer, because there's this need of we need to create some organized before we can actually do anything, where it's nah, G, if
I
you
wanna see
just
an instant change.
yeah,
That's
if you just in your lifestyle did that and he did that and I did that and